Sunday night. This is Mayhem with Amigos. I am your host, TJ. I have no idea where everybody else is at. Rage, I believe, is still in the hospital. Chris is probably still high on shrooms. Adam is taking care of family stuff, and I am here. What do we do, right? We do the only thing we can do. We make a show out of it, nonetheless. So you guys in the chat room, welcome. You're pretty much going to guide us as we get started. I've had some pretty exciting news, at least for me as something of a TV fan over the course of the next couple of weeks. I've had something very exciting come up. I am actually looking forward to one of my favorite shows getting another reboot and another boost. I was a very, very big Dexter fan. Dexter being one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And lo and behold, Showtime, in conjunction with Paramount Plus, thank God I got both, will be bringing us Dexter Original Sin, starring Christian Slater, and actually bringing on a whole new cast of people that just surprised the snot out of me. One of these people, believe it or not, is Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yes, that's right. Buffy the Vampire Slayer in Dexter, who is going to be starring as Dexter's boss when he starts his internship at Miami Metro Homicide in Forensics. And this is to show us everything from the beginning, where he starts to learn Harry's code up to my understanding is his first murder that set him on the path of becoming the Bay Harbor Butcher. As they have announced this, they have also finally announced who is going to be Dexter's inner voice. And Dexter's inner voice is going to be played by none other than the original Dexter himself, Michael C. Hall, which I'm extremely ecstatic about. I cannot wait. So Michael C. Hall actually appeared the other day here at Comic-Con as part of the Dexter panel to make the announcement that coming in summer of 2025, we are getting a sequel to Dexter's New Blood, which was the 2021 launch of just what was supposed to be a one and done, and Dexter Resurrection, where we all thought Dexter was dead. And they ask everybody, wait, isn't Dexter dead? And all Michael C. Hall did was, is he? Brilliant. And he is going to reprise his iconic role of the one and only Dexter Morgan, the serial killer that kills bad guys. I cannot wait for all of this to unfold.
Wow, you went on a little early, didn't you?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. It's 6:01. I was almost on time.
It was 3 minutes. But I was talking about what was announced at Comic-Con this week.
Okay.
So, I mean, everybody knows that I am a very huge fan of Dexter. Like, one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
So I've been pretty excited about Dexter's Original Sin that's coming out here in another couple of weeks.
Okay.
And lo and behold, the original television Dexter, Michael C. Hall, joined them at Comic-Con on the panel. So everybody's going, well, what are you doing here? The original Dexter is going to be Dexter's inner voice, for the narrative voice for Original Sin, which is great news. Okay. I mean, you really can't have Dexter without that lulling voice
Yeah.
that just screams, I may pat you on the head, or if you annoy me enough, I might cut your heart out of your chest and then dissect you into pieces and leave you in plastic.
Very true.
Just Michael C. Hall with that role was just absolutely brilliant. So as they're going through the panel, they made an announcement that Michael C. Hall will be reprising Dexter starting summer of 2025 in Dexter Resurrection, which is picking up after 2021's Dexter New Blood. And everybody's in the audience going, wait a minute. Isn't Dexter dead? And Michael C. Hall, is he? So I'm like blown away by this. I can't wait. I'm excited. Paramount Plus, Showtime, you can start getting everything as it drops. I highly recommend, if you have not watched the original Dexter series, if you have not watched Dexter New Blood, go back and watch this. Because the greatest, the single most honorable serial killer in history is about to come back. And I mean, he didn't kill anybody that, in all honesty, you really sat there and you're like, well, that guy kind of deserved it.
Yeah.
You know, he killed rapists, murderers, pedophiles, creepers, guys who shit themselves. I mean, he killed a lot of people that really had it coming, you know?
Yeah.
People who cooked up salmonella and poisoned other people with it.
People who creeped around universities in truck.
But I mean, you know, there was just this long line of just people that Dexter killed. And because he dumped them in the ocean right there by Miami, that was how he got the nickname. When they found all of his bodies in the second season, he got the nickname the Bay Harbor Butcher. And
it's fair.
You know, once a serial killer gets a nickname, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because everybody then is not looking for, oh, who is this guy? They're looking for the Bay Harbor Butcher, you know. Oh, look, yeah. Mr. Shroomer.
Oh, my God.
Man, I had a micro dose. That wasn't even
micro dose? You were on for exactly 3 seconds, dropped your pants, almost waved your dong at everybody, and then you were gone.
I did no such thing.
Are you sure?
TJ.
Hi, honey.
Trying to say that I was shrooming my balls off the other night, was on air for 3 seconds, dropped my pants, waved my wiener around, and that was it. No, I had a microdose, and I was actually at a party, and my buddy grabbed my phone and turned it off.
Well, I guess it's better than having a micro peen.
Wifey says hello.
I said hi, honey.
Aloha, wifey.
Bike's going to be running by the end of this week.
Okay.
You hope?
I hope. There ain't no hope.
So did you figure out what's going on?
What do you mean?
With your bike, why she's not running?
Well, I had to reseal the gas tank and a few other things. Now I just got waiting for my carburetor rebuild kit, and I'm going to have that and do that tomorrow, and then I'll just be waiting on a battery.
Oh, wow. Poor Steve. All right, so last night, Morning Disaster, they did their naked cookout. I did tune in. I saw Titty Cam. I did not need to see Titty Cam because Titty Cam was Steve going, la, 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 la. And you're like, bleh. So evidently I'm talking about Dexter's victims, and Steve goes, wait a minute. Are you insinuating me? I'm a little sluggish. Last night's cookout, 3 joints, 3 dabs, 2 shots of Malort. He's a little rough.
Steve, Thursday night,
Oh
I
God.
drank 4 of these. And then had another 100 milligram Rice Krispie bar on top of what I was smoking. And
You
still
ever
made it back
notice
to my
that
hotel at the end of the night.
Adam, have you noticed that these two have to outweed each other all the time?
Yeah.
They've
It is
always got to
competition.
outweed each other.
Well,
You know what, Chris?
Is the other.
You know what, Chris? I'm going to say this in Steve's defense. Hang on,
Are
I'm
you
working
sure?
on it. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Steve has got bigger titties than you.
Okay, I'll give that.
Yeah.
There you go, Steve.
Steve would love that.
Mhm.
So yeah, we were talking about how Michael C. Hall reprising Dexter Morgan. My God,
1,500
1,500
milligrams.
milligram THC gummy.
Shut up, dog.
Dude, I would probably get a good, nice sleep with like a 5 milligram THC gummy.
1,500.
They
Chris?
have a 1,500 milligram THC gummy. It's like $300 for
Ow!
one gummy.
Ow!
Not to
It
say,
is
do
the
they call
most
it?
potent gummy in the world.
So say, do they call it the coma? I mean,
What?
They should. Wait a minute. So if I took that, because I don't smoke weed anymore and I haven't for well over 10 years. So if I took that gummy, when would I wake up?
Couple hours.
Hours?
We're talking about TJ here. We're not talking about
smoked
you,
weed
Chris.
in 10 years. I haven't smoked in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, you're 10 minutes. Like I said, I'm well over 10 years. So if I took a 1,500 milligram THC gummy.
Yeah, I had one of those in Denver, dude. Oh my God.
Can I get it in indica? And can I have a box of Twinkies like right there?
When I was in Denver, I made the mistake of not drinking enough water.
Oh no.
And it got to the point where I got really, really, really dehydrated.
Oh, no shit. Hello.
To the point where I was about to pass out in the middle of Studio 420. They handed me like 5 bottles of water. I just started chugging them. Like 10 minutes later, it was like, oh my God, I felt so good and stoned.
Okay, so here's okay, I've got to ask the weed experts here, okay?
Okay, so not me.
If I ate a 1,500 milligram THC gummy,
see you next Tuesday.
What are the chances of me falling asleep with wood?
Only if you had a
Pretty
plank in
darn
your hand.
Pretty
Like-
darn good.
So there is such a thing as like the THC hard-on.
Yeah.
So if I chewed that thing up, I would pass out with a raging dong.
See, I can't do that. If I'll have to finish business before I can fall asleep if that happens.
No. I'm kind of thinking about this. Like I might be able to multitask.
I'm trying to think of how to say
sleep.
I'm
I
gonna do
want
the
to
one-handed
sleep
dance
through
with
it. Okay,
myself nicely
let
for
her get
YouTube.
hers, but I want to sleep.
You
Well,
wouldn't
see,
give
that's my
people
other
a handle
problem.
to help move you?
I smoke weed, or I'll get on the edibles. It'll get to the point where I'll just be sitting there and I can't do nothing.
And then she takes over.
Pretty much, like the other day.
It's like
it
you're
took me,
complaining.
I am, dude. 4 hours of physical activity just to get my nut off? That's putting too much effort into it.
You're not doing the effort. She's riding you.
No, she's not. You've met my wife.
It sounds
Yeah,
like you
you're
two
right.
need
I
to have
know
a
you are.
discussion.
But I mean, she should do at least half.
This sounds like a discussion for Thursday night.
It might be. But I'm actually getting to a point here. So you're telling me that she's not even doing half?
I can't discuss that.
She's not getting up and doing the booty bouncy bouncy? I mean, seriously, come on.
Can't discuss that.
He's not at liberty to disclose.
Yeah, he's not at liberty to disclose, confirm, nor deny.
Yeah.
Look, I'll bet you Steve's pillow girlfriend gets on top of him.
That's
Do what?
That's more or less between me and the wife, and I've already said too much.
Oh,
Whoa.
there's a first. We've got Thursday night, though.
Yeah.
So the Amigos After Dark, the first one actually went really well. I was very happy with it. I want to thank everyone that tuned in and they were a part of the show. Tom especially. Tom kept our chat room alive. Like,
Yep.
Steve keeps our chat room alive on Sundays until he's got to start cooking. Tom kept our chat room alive. Steve, by the way, I got to send you a recipe, but it is not going to be affordable for your pores. Oh, wow. Steve had 3 women around him last night. Not a one of them would touch him. Well, one of them did, but she said she didn't feel anything.
Tweezers will do a lot of good, man.
They do a lot. Yes. So no, went really well Thursday night. And you will. That's great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a great show. We had a lot of fun. Remember, that's our show where we get into conspiracy. We get into perversion. We get into anything we can think of.
So,
and then
wait.
I make it worse.
You had 3 women around all night,
Yes, he
and
did.
you had a Woody, and you
Yes.
didn't get none of them to do nothing about it for you?
2 of them are married. One of them's in a relationship.
Yeah, so? And I got a math test tomorrow, and? Oh, I was just thinking, thought we were naming things we could cheat on.
Wow. Okay, can you cheat on your wife?
Oh, like I always say, what does the fact that you're married have to do with me?
Can you cheat on your wife?
Me and my wife have a policy. If
Oh,
the other won't do it, go find someone that will.
okay. I mean, as long as it's an agreed upon.
Yeah, I mean, if it's agreed upon, I could see that.
Yeah.
But
Which
I do
means-
know your wife, so I can ask her.
Which really means there ain't much she won't do.
So then, are you cheating?
I
Oh,
don't have
God.
to. I got everything I need at home.
Yep.
Evidently, Steve's vacuum cleaner and his pillow girlfriend got some action the other night.
You actually waited till you got home?
Well, it was a naked, that's a good point. It was a naked barbecue. I'm surprised Steve didn't take care of it right then and there. And your pussy is now on the camera.
Jealous?
But as everybody's starting to realize, my girlfriend is in southern Indiana down by Louisville, Kentucky.
Wait, you got a girlfriend now?
Yes, I do have
Yeah,
a
you-
girlfriend
You
now.
blind?
You missed a lot.
Yes,
not
she
showing
is.
the shows.
Yeah, see, you are. Yeah, see what you miss when you don't show up to staff meetings. Yes, I do have a
I have
girlfriend.
more important things to do that night.
Your hand does not count as more important.
I don't need a hand. I got my wife.
Neither does your cat.
I got my wife.
You
All
see,
right.
his wife showed up to his staff meeting, and that's
That's
what's
true.
important.
Exactly.
No, his wife showed up to get his staff
I
ready
was
for
gonna
the
say,
meeting.
she showed up to my staff meeting.
Yep.
Anyway, my girlfriend is literally closer to Chris right now than she is me. We were talking on the phone on the way home as I was on the way home from work this evening, and I go, I told her, I said, I've actually finally got everything together. I put my Italian beef recipe together. It's still cooking in the crock pot. Okay. Today, I just took 2 forks and went, and it all fell apart. So now it's cooking down even further, right? It's got another day it's got to cook down to where the liquid turns into a sauce with it. It needs another full day.
No, you don't want sauce. You want au jus.
Well, it's going to turn into au jus. It starts off as beer, and then I turn it into au jus.
Okay, then you don't
and not
want
good
heat it
beer
up,
either. I use Bush. Huh?
Then you don't want to heat it up. That'll thicken it up. You want to thin it down. If you want good au jus, it's not supposed to be too thick.
I know.
It's not gravy. It's au jus.
I know. So it's got to cook down a little further. Good look. There is more liquid in there than there is beef.
That's
generally
how you cook Italian beef.
And then not when I can find more pepperoncini than beef.
Yeah.
I'm also letting the fat off of the roast cook into it. I'm letting everything cook, and it's on a slow cook in my crock pot.
In your crack pot?
In the crock pot, it's going to take it about another 12 to 13 hours to get about where I want it at. Then I go pick up some good hard rolls, some provolone, and I'm chowing on Italian beef all night, you know. And in the meantime, I'll be cooling off the crock pot so I can clean it back up and then get everything ready to cook stuffed peppers. Adam, you look upset.
I'm writing Julie a note.
Oh.
I love her, and I want to make sure that she understands that. So that's all. See?
Love you guys. I love you. I love you too.
Well, I want her to show up to my staff meeting. So
oh my God.
And Chris is showing off his butt. Chris is showing off his butt again.
Got to show my big fat butt.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now that the one I put in the crock pot was a beef chuck roast from the butcher.
Oh, that's from the butcher, and that ain't going in my crock pot.
Well, I hope it's not going in your butt.
It's going in a smoker.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
There you go, yeah. That bad boy's going to get smoked for about 18 hours.
So you're going to be doing it at about 175.
That's what the guy does it at. Yep.
Okay. So I still have 2 more big meals I need to cook this week as far as what I'm going to eat for the week. One of them is my jambalaya. And the other one, I'm making homemade stuffed peppers finally. I've had it. I've been wanting them. Once I'm done with the Italian beef, I've got it ready to go. Clean the crock pot, get it all set back up. Stuffed pepper time.
Dude, it's been a while since I had a good jambalaya.
Oh, man, I do jambalaya at least twice a month. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So Steve said he had Japanese Wagyu beef last night. And I got to agree. I mean, Wagyu is probably some of the best beef there is out there. I am not giving them what they want for a fucking Wagyu beef roast, though.
Yeah. As long as they cook it up properly, yeah.
Apparently, you've never had Kobe.
Kobe is Wagyu.
15-ounce Wagyu steak cost $197. Wow. Wow. I'm still not going to get a Wagyu roast. That's going to be close to $1,000 for one fucking roast. Okay. go ahead and swallow a whole bag of monkey nuts.
So
Kobe is a type of Wagyu, but in order to be like, there's only a dozen chefs licensed to cook actual Japanese Kobe beef in the United States, and you got to get the Golden Cow trophy to be able to do it. And it's like 12 years of culinary school.
Wow.
To get the Golden Cow.
But yeah, they don't want you to mess up one of those cuts.
Well, you know what it is. You know what the only trophy I'd ever get is the one that says "Fuck you, Michaels." Your sweetie is so. Your sweetie was caught giving Sanguinette a squeezer off the party island at Wasaga Beach. I could have got one too, but I was busy getting an aqua dump.
Fuck you, Jonesy.
Fuck you, Riley.
Why?
Hey, Riley's back in Illinois, TJ.
What?
Well, Jonesy and Riley were on Letterkenny.
I think so.
Fuck you, Riley. You need to tell your mom to stop calling me. She squirted across the room and almost killed my Japanese fighting fish.
Look, you made Chris walk away.
Yeah, right. All right, so I kind of going with this. All right, so my girlfriend being way up there, I'm way down here.
Yeah.
We're talking on a phone. The only thing we can even get remotely close to any type of action with each other right now is phone sex. And when the kids walk in the room, we're interrupted with even that.
Yeah.
And then I'm stuck at home with my thing in my hand going, yeah!
Yeah.
I'm going nuts. I told her today, I'm like, get on a fucking plane. She goes, why? I said, get here on a Thursday night after I get off of work. Meet me in San Antonio. I will pick you up. We can take care of each other the whole way home and not even put clothes on for 2 days. And when I go back to work, I'll put you back on the plane in San Antonio to fly back. Get the fuck down here. I need to get laid. She said she did too.
You're going to cancel the late night show, and you're going to cancel
I will get laid during the late night show. Good God, look at that beard.
How you feeling, Rage?
You seriously look like Mick Foley was just reincarnated.
Bang, bang.
And I'm talking about after the Terry Funk match.
God, you're ugly.
God, I'll take it.
Hey, we're glad that you're here to hear the insults.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, almost wasn't.
You got to get them. It's better
Well,
to get them.
I wouldn't want to talk shit behind your back, so.
But he will eat shit in front of your face.
No, anything I say to someone, I usually say it to their face. And
yeah, you're
God,
good about
you're
that.
ugly.
You are good about that. So what's the meta update, Rage? What's going on?
ADEM.
Okay, which I announced last week.
Which is a alphabet soup worth of words.
I was worried that you caught a case of me there for a moment.
No.
Okay.
Acute disseminated encephalomyelitis.
Yes, that word.
My first guess was eosinophilic pneumonitis, but
They're talking
mononucleus.
They're talking about a brain biopsy.
Ooh. Well, we always knew you were fucking.
Wait,
in the
seriously?
Head. Now we're gonna find out for sure.
Yes.
Wait a minute. No, I'm hang on. Because your wife was keeping me pretty much up to date when this first started, but you never brought up brain biopsy.
I never thought it was going to happen.
So do you have are
It's
you
a
dealing
full-
with like
it's a
acute
full-
light sensitivity right now, or
Yes.
I was gonna say, what's up with your eye there? Trying to keep the
It's
light out?
It's a form of MS.
okay?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you can kind of, really kind of red and
It sucks.
swollen, definitely.
Okay, so I've got to ask: is there anything good about your stay in the hospital that's like making you comfortable or making things a little better?
The food.
The food?
Yes.
Boy,
the
now
food.
I know you are.
No hot.
Now I know for a fact you're sick. If you're saying that you're happy about hospital food,
Hey, I love hospital food. Sometimes I go just for the food.
and you're perma-stoned.
But
Right.
like, ain't got no hot nurses keeping you happy.
Steve is saying, hang in there, Rage. You can beat this. And what hospital are you in?
I'm at Shake My Head Hospital.
I think he was going to try to send you a strippergram.
No.
No? Okay. What if we sent Chris up there?
I'll come visit you, dude. If I'd have known, I'd have came visited you yesterday.
Chris Bear had the edibles.
Chris would bring you some herbal gratification.
I would be okay with that.
So you'd be okay if Chris showed up because he'd get you high.
One finger.
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Oh, I didn't hear nothing. You're okay.
So
Yeah.
It's okay. I didn't hear nothing.
there we go.
Is that a nurse?
I believe so.
Hi, nurse. Wait. Hello, nurse.
Flashback to the fucking 90s.
What? They're doing that again now.
Uh,
They brought him
Nice
back.
effort.
Steve says he has some connects at St. Mary's. Oh, no.
No.
No,
Mary.
I'm not repeating that to Rage, Steve. Poor
How
Rage
much?
is having enough of a problem.
Yeah.
How much? Ma'am, how much did you say? God damn.
I'll say
So
it.
what's
Hey,
going
Ray.
on? What are they giving you?
My blood sugar's 230.
Holy
That's
shit,
it?
son.
That's it.
That's it for my wife. That's low.
And for me, that's low too.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything because all of my numbers are usually at the value of how are you living.
Yeah,
And I have to remind everybody that I'm the devil.
I wouldn't say the devil.
Hey, when your doctor looks at you and says, "How are you still walking, let alone still alive?" You know you lived a hell of a fucking life.
Do you know how many times I've heard that?
Fact.
No, like when I was in my accident last year and they found out I broke my neck, that's the first thing he did. How the hell are you still alive? My response, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yep.
You know, here's the thing. Not many
My-
people could say that they have put their friend in the back of a Chevy Cavalier and then chased the tornado.
Shit, that used to be a Friday night for us. Except for we were in a Dodge Caravan.
I had a student actually look at me and say that there was no way. I actually said this to me today, that there is no way I could be anything like Dusty on Twister. And I go,
Bullshit.
I'm like,
Go.
and then the same student said that there is no way that I could be crazier than Bill on Twister. And I'm like, really? So I just handed over the YouTube page and I said, tune in tonight. Because if Rage can get on, he will talk about how much I am a mix of everybody that was on Twister.
Facts.
Same here. You get me in a storm, dude. I am Dusty and Bill put together. Woohoo! Let's go, boys. You call this?
I'm actually very privileged right now
Why is that?
because Ring of Honor star Shane Taylor messaged me saying he was going to pray for me.
That's awesome. I'm also very, very happy that the one thing I've never done is showed up at a tornado naked and threw a Jack Daniels bottle at it.
Why you want to sit there and line up for that?
What? I was wearing my socks.
Sorry, it wasn't a bottle of Jack Daniels. It was a bottle of Crown.
It's actually a bottle of Corona.
Wasn't Corona.
I'll drink Corona.
I don't drink Corona.
I'll tell you what.
No, but
The other
you
night
sure
I was up in.
that bottle and said, "Get that Mexican beer out of here."
I'll tell you what, man. The other night I was up in Illinois.
I'm sorry.
I was on vacation last week, and I'm sitting at the bar, and the bartender says, "What do you want?" And I'm
Well, you're
thinking
telling
about
us
it
I'm
for
getting a
minute,
refill.
and my best friend Steve sitting right there. Give him an old style.
Oh
I didn't really
God!
want an old style, but I took it and I picked it up, and I swear to God, it was the best thing I had tasted in a long ass time.
An old style.
Maybe it was just the atmosphere and where I was at and what was going on, but
Where were you?
I was at the Stumble Inn in Godley, Illinois, drinking with two of my best friends. Like, we've been best friends for 25 years. And me and Steve,
When?
dude, Steve, I say they're my best friends, but these two are more like my brothers. Me and Steve actually has been known to call me his brother when we've been out at concerts and shit. Yeah, that's my little brother. Fuck him.
Titties?
But yeah, for some reason, just sitting there with those two fuckers, that old style was the best thing I tasted in a while.
Old style. Oh.
You got to remember too, I haven't had a drop to drink in like 5 months.
Oh, hello. I've got Dexter on the TV, and I'm sorry, I just saw his wife's titties.
Also, we went to the Illinois Aviation Museum in Bloomington.
Oh, that's
and it just so happened to be open cockpit day. So I got to climb in and sit in all the military aircraft and the Top Gun F-14, a couple of carrier helicopters. Yeah, it was a damn good time.
All right, so Rage, I want to get your opinion on this since you were a little late logging in today. Dexter Original Sin. Debuting here in a few more weeks.
Beautiful concept.
Now, guess who the narrator, aka Dexter's inner voice, is being played by?
Who?
Michael C. Hall, the original Dexter.
That's a beautiful thing.
Do you know what is coming out in summer of 2025?
No.
Dexter Resurrection, starring Michael C. Hall.
Whoever the fuck that is.
Again, a beautiful.
So, my hero is coming back to TV.
You know, I tried to
Rage.
watch Dexter.
Rage, do they need to check?
Hero is one of the weirdest, creepiest motherfuckers on television.
What, Dexter?
Yeah.
Why?
And I kept hearing rage this, rage that, rage.
All right. Let me get to Chris's question in a second. Adam, what were you asking, Rage?
Hey, I was asking Rage if they need to check your eye pressure. Because it seems like you're having a lot of issues with that eye. I'm sorry. I'm more concerned about Rage than I am about Dexter.
Yeah, no. And I'm watching him. I've seen him worse. I guess that's part of my problem.
Yeah. You know, obviously there's a lot of concern needing a brain biopsy.
Yeah.
Having eye issues myself, needing to go through laser cauterization and stuff like that. Yeah. When I see someone else have eye issues, I'm kind of concerned.
It sucks.
Steve says that he knows a male nurse that would be willing to wipe your ass for you.
Comes with high recommendations, apparently.
Now, Steve, I do not want you tongue punching my fart box.
There's the Rage I know.
That's how we know that he's at least.
That's how we know he's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not Steve. All right.
You don't want him to pull the turds out of your butt while you relax?
Oh, God. Hello, left turn.
He'll use the dullest of butter knives.
No, God, no. I do not want to bring this conversation back up. No.
Hey, I just got a new parts grabber thing. It'd be perfect for reaching up and pulling out some poop.
Jesus Christ.
A mini gopher.
Look, if I'm going to torture Rage like that, I know where there's a basement that he's familiar with.
Fuck that basement. The only way I will go to that basement is if Irene is there and she has high heels on.
Then you would go back to that basement.
Yes.
High heels and black leather.
Good Lord Jesus.
Wait a minute. No, I got a better idea. I've got a better idea.
How?
Okay, Rage. Irene. Red high heels. Pink leather. Black lace top stockings.
You're going to make his head lose all the blood flow.
It might help him out.
Yeah.
What the hell? Why is Chris logging in here?
It might stop this pounding headache.
So you get what I'm saying? So, pink leather.
Please.
Black lace top stockings and red high heels. What do you think? And it's Irene. And the pink leather is one size too small, so she's bursting out of it.
Sir, I am sold.
I don't think anyone blames you there.
Hey, if I'm a dying man, I'm dying happy.
Hey, I got to give Irene credit. She is almost 180 days sober right now. Congratulations to her.
So
I look forward to the day she can come. I look forward to the day that she can come back to the show. I miss Irene a lot. Wonderful person and a good friend of all of ours. And I'm very happy she's been sober this whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of her for being sober and not killing her mother-in-law throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Sorry.
So, I mean, great for Irene. I'm very happy for Irene. And I hope that we have her back soon. I would love to have Irene on the After Dark show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
Lord.
I know that she could even get me to stammer. If I told her that is, log in and it's no holds barred. But the thing is for her, she's on Eastern time zone. So we're talking after midnight before it's even going where she's at.
Yeah.
But God, I would love to have Irene on for that show. I
After
really would.
midnight, we're letting it all hang out.
All right,
I was
so
going to show you what I got accomplished, but it just started raining out of nowhere.
well, it happens.
Yeah.
All right, so to kind of further down this, Steve wound up in the hospital a while back. Oh, this was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And Steve, all right, this is the kind of person Steve is, to fill everybody in case you haven't figured this out yet. Steve, hey, what's happening, Mikey? Steve had multiple people, namely nurses and of the such and everything else, that he was trying to get to wipe his ass for him. And then there was this male nurse that was there that everybody swore looked like Aaron Donald, the football player.
Yeah.
And Steve swears up and down that was the best person he had wipe his ass. And still recommends this guy.
Yeah. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, because now he's recommending the same nurse to Rage. And I would not put my good friend Rage through all of that.
No.
I would be happy to put Rage in the back of a Cavalier and chase another tornado.
No.
Why not?
Just no.
Was it that terrifying?
It wasn't terrifying.
Was it that nerve-wracking?
It was nerve-wracking.
Did you die?
Obviously not.
Did you die?
Was there permanent damage? Did you die?
I could.
We are here now.
No, actually, Mike, Rage is in the hospital right now. And
With brain wounds and
he's currently making his way through. Rage was diagnosed a couple of weeks ago with acute disseminated encephalomyelitis. And they are trying to sort the problem out. And we're hoping that they figure it out here pretty soon. They have said brain biopsy. That's been coming up quite a bit. I would normally on the air, I would normally make a joke, but because of the severity of the condition and what's going on, I'm actually going to do something that I very rarely do. I'm going to exercise good taste, and I'm not going to make jokes about what's going on with Rage right now. Because, hey, I told you we were going to do this show different. Do you want me to do the old jokes?
See, TJ does have a heart. Who knew?
Don't lie.
Just because my brain's fucked up doesn't mean you have to spare the feelings.
Yeah, but I'm tired of apologizing off the air and making everybody realize that I actually do give a damn.
Fair.
The fact is Rage, and like I said last week when I brought this up, Rage is one of my best friends. Rage and I have been through a lot together. We've done a lot to each other.
Not in that way, Steve. Get your
Not
mind
like that.
off the
No.
level.
No. God, no, not like that. I would
Well,
never, ever want to see that naked.
Because
Oh, wait,
Steve just hold on, because Steve automatically started jerking the gherkin right then and there.
You're probably right. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. It's like we've tortured each other. We've been friends. We've been through a lot. I swear that Rage paid off a hooker and then swore that was a Springfield cop.
Only for you, DJ. Only for you.
Just to try to hang that over my head. I alleviated Rage of a problem at one point in his life, and he didn't realize at that point that that was a problem. Only I was stupid enough to marry it.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you, TJ.
Granted, I divorced it 2 months later.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you, TJ. Oh, wait. I'll give you the true ECW chant for that one. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up.
Now, here's the kicker to it. Here's a kicker to it, all right? Rage used to brag about how she gave great head.
It's alcohol and dopamine.
Alcohol and dopamine.
They are a hell of a drug when combined.
Yeah, no shit. No, she did not give good head. Actually, I wanted to try to suck myself off because she was that bad. I was like, no. And that's why I got so many concussions while I was married to her. Every time I tried to lick my own balls, I fell off the couch.
And the song came playing on after midnight. He's
gotta
letting me
know.
But no, I mean, we've been through a lot, and God, Rage, we met in December of 2003.
Yeah.
It is July of 2024.
God damn.
Can you believe it has been over 20 years that we have been friends now?
Your friendship is almost old enough to drink.
Yeah, we need another year. Come on, December, and then our friendship is old enough to be an alcoholic.
Which, I'm sorry, TJ, but at times being friends with you, I'm surprised I have not become an alcoholic.
Oh, I don't drink that much.
No, but you sure as hell pushed me to drink that much.
Look, I will tell everybody right now, I do not drink anymore, nor do I drink any less.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I promised my wife I'd hang out with her at 7 o'clock, and it is 7 o'clock.
All right. Believe me, we'll
we
keep
still
this
have
going.
9 minutes, Chris. Come on, man.
Well,
Well, we know Chris keeping his word. He's got to hang out with his wang out.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
I hope, I love your wife to death. I hope she gets hers and leaves you hanging and goes to sleep tonight.
Shit, I'll go get one. But all right, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, see you, Chris.
All right, Chris, take it easy.
Yep.
Dude, Rage, for Amigos After Dark, Chris logged in. He was there for exactly 35 seconds. And just as he was dropping his pants, he logged out and we didn't see him the rest of the show.
I'm kind of thankful, honestly.
He's sitting there going, wow, 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 chicka, wow, 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 wow.
No, I'm serious, man. He logged out and he was gone. That is Mr. Conspiracy Theory, exactly what we need on that show, and he's gone. So Adam and I had to wing it.
Yep.
Well, you had to wang it.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Just a swangin'.
We had to give it what we could to keep it going.
Nice.
But no, I mean, and nonetheless, the show went really well. We had a great time. And the listeners had a great time too, so I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love these meds that they've gave me.
What did they give you?
They gave me steroids.
So we could have an enraged rage.
So we do have a couple of things coming up for SummerSlam. There's one match that has been announced and solidified that I am absolutely excited for.
Let me guess. Gunther, Damian Priest.
Negatory.
Because I'm excited about that one.
I think it's going to be a good one, but that is not the one that has
Solo
my
and
attention.
Cody.
No.
Solo and Cody?
No. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Seth freaking Rollins, special guest referee.
Oh, that's going to be a cluster fucking.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I got to see that one.
It will.
That is a cluster fucking a half. I can't wait.
Bill's going to pull the bracelet off Drew's wrist and snap his wrist.
So, I mean, well, it's a question. What's going to happen, you know? Mike says Punk wins.
I agree.
I think Punk beats McIntyre by locking McIntyre in the Anaconda Vice. McIntyre taps. Punk gets his hand raised, and right after his hand is raised, throws Rollins up, and then bang, hits a GPS. Rollins is knocked out.
GTS.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Go the fuck to sleep.
And then he takes a bracelet and he urinates on McIntyre and walks out of the building. What do you think?
I'm sold.
Let's write it. WWE called me. I will write the ending to that match right now.
WWE call me. I will write the end of Gunther and freaking Damian Priest for you.
So what do you think? I mean, you think Priest is going to come out of that one okay? Or
Liv
is Gunther
Morgan
taking the title?
Liv Morgan involvement.
Gunther gets the title.
No. Priest retains.
Okay. Liv Morgan, Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Mommy.
Think it's mommy?
Mommy. And then Dom's out of the Judgment Day.
Really? You think it's going to go that route?
Oh, yeah. Dom's been playing too much of a fuckboy scenario.
Yeah, well, you know, millennials.
Yeah.
Fucking goddamn millennials. Fucking fuckboy.
Hey, by the way,
Pusses.
I have a student who has
don't started, bro.
No, I'm not done yet. Let me finish. I have a student who has seen the show, who has informed me that the Gen Xers that are on this program have no common sense or understanding of reality. And if I was ever...
Is this motherfucker trying to get his head ripped off?
And if I was ever to prove him wrong, then Rage would be able to defend the stance that Gen X was the last ones to have common sense. Rage?
Well, we were the last ones to have common sense, for the love of fucking God. I mean, we were the ones who knew how to do a rotary phone. We're the ones who knew how to use a microwave. We're the ones who had black and white television with the goddamn antenna.
Oh, by the way, he said to tell you that Tide Pods taste good.
I will get him personally flavored Tide Pods. To taste like my gooch.
Oh, God, no! No! You've been in the hospital for 2 weeks. No, not 2-week gooch flavored Tide Pods.
Heavily marinated.
Would it smell like it too?
No, he has to wait for the juicy burst in his mouth to get that.
Rage, are you okay?
Like he's not going to put it in his mouth.
Because you know what they're saying. After midnight, we're letting it all hang out.
I do firmly believe that this particular student has snorted condoms and ate Tide Pods.
This motherfucker snorted condoms and Tide Pods.
Yes.
There's no hope for him or his kind.
And he says up and down that the millennials are better than Gen X.
I need this kid to stop smoking crack.
I said, you just wait until Rage feels better. He goes, yeah, well, Rage ain't going to do anything. He'll be dead.
Oh, this cocksucker. I'll be dead.
I said, are you saying... No, I was like, are you saying that you could kick Rage's ass? And he goes, I don't have to. Gen Xers don't. Gen Xers can't stand up to millennials. He's like, you told the story of how he ran out of a basement. Like, there's a little something more to it than just a basement.
Yeah.
Rage left that basement for a good reason.
Tell Peter Puffer the pecker picker. I personally said to go eat a fucking cock.
Please keep going.
And if I wanted any lip from him, we'd all scrape it off our zippers.
Please continue.
TJ wants to ring his bell some more.
Oh, dude, no, I'm trying to get Rage onto the rant.
It's okay. Peter Puffer the Pecker Picker.
Peter Puffer the Pecker Picker. You okay, brother?
My head's fucking with me.
Is it lisp? Is it swimming because of millennials telling you that they're better than you? There's one that watched an older show that said Rage is going to vote for Harris. You all right, bud?
I'll be there.
Okay, I guess we've pushed your limits enough tonight.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait for the next like Rage Millennial rant though. The real rant. I've got to go back and find an old one and like record it and play it as a best of bit. Cuz the old Millennial rants that he used to do, dude, I'm not kidding. I'm falling out of my fucking chair. I could barely say anything. Cuz he's gone. I could pick anything Marvin ever did. And I love Marvin to death. And Marvin is another one of my closest of friends. And nowhere near when he got onto a rant about millennials and he was gone. I'm fucking dying. Peter Puffer the Pecker Picker. What the fuck? That's a new one.
That was good, Rage. That was
good. That was an off the top good. Yes, absolutely. So what if Irene was Peter Puffer the Pecker Picker?
All day, every day?
That sounded like a yes, please.
If she is Peter Puffer the Pecker Picker, then I can give her as many peckers to pick that she can get on.
That's our Rage.
Now we're getting him back.
Yeah.
Now let's just slide her and my wife into one nice little tumbler. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
And what about me?
Wait a minute. You want to be involved with Rage, TJ?
No, I want
Okay,
the tumbler sit this way. I haven't had enough ass yet in my life yet. Because I was never a whore.
Bullshit.
Even half out of his mind, he's still going to argue that. That may be what it takes to get, you know what? I may have found it. I may have figured it out. If Rage is getting so bad that I get the call and I have to drive up there and they're like, he's going to die. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk into the room and go, Rage, I was not a whore. And I'm going to walk out. And that'll snap him out of it because he'll jump out of bed and walk out after me to argue it all the way down the hallway. He'll be cured.
TJ, you goddamn liar. That's because you got more ass than Veely's Planet toilet seat.
I did not! Veely's Planet?
Yeah!
What the fuck? You're gonna bring up Veely's? God, at least he didn't say Rockin' Robins.
You know, it is what it is.
But Veely's. Dude, Jimmy got laid on the floor, on the dance floor at Veely's Planet.
3 different times.
I'm well aware. I was there for 2 of them.
As long as you didn't help him push.
Fuck no. I tried to get the hell out of there. And I'm on the way out. Rage is like, do you see this? I don't want to see this shit.
Jimmy was truly
Jimmy
Peter.
was one of a kind. Jimmy was one of a kind.
Jimmy
Rage
was.
is
Huh?
I said, Rage is one of a kind.
One of a kind.
Only man I've never known. The only man I've ever known to get $50 handed to him and get orally satisfied for receiving the money.
Have you ever heard the British rock group Pete and Baz?
No.
Kind of reminds me of a song of theirs.
Did it involve herpes?
No.
Oh.
It reminded me talking about keeping the bingy tucked.
Oh, God. Keeping the beanie tucked, huh?
Bish, bash, bosh, we don't give a fuck.
We've got to try to keep the beanie tucked. Oh, my God. All right, so Rage, so when are they talking about this biopsy?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
I guess if they're going to get to it fast and just get it done.
So, I mean, it like this is set in stone. It's happening tomorrow?
It's not set in stone, but it could be happening tomorrow.
Now, are they going for a precision biopsy, or is this like they're just going to go in and get a sample and pull out? They don't care where it's at.
Sample.
Huh?
Sample.
Yeah,
So it's a stick and pull?
Pretty much.
Man.
Do they have any evidence on you as to where to even do the biopsy to begin with?
Nah, you know me. I don't keep evidence nearby.
All right, I'll give you that one, but it's grudgingly. No, I'm serious. Do they even have an idea of where to actually do this biopsy on your brain?
Right hemisphere.
Okay, so they're going in the right, but where at in the right hemisphere?
Frontal lobe.
Okay, so
In the memory center?
Yep.
yeah.
And they're saying as early as tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's the latest?
They just don't get to it.
Yeah. It's
What do
whether
you mean
they
they
get
don't
the piece or not.
Wait. So you saying that if they don't get to it, then they don't care? You're just going to die?
Pretty much.
think it's
Do I
more
need to drive up there and pee on your doctor?
Yes.
I think it's probably more if they can figure out what it is without the biopsy. I would imagine.
Look,
I
he's
hope
been
that
in there.
I'm right.
But I mean, come on, Adam. You know as well as I do. He's been in there for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they going to do? Toss him out the door and go, oh, hey, here you go. Fuck you.
No, they won't.
They better not.
Yeah.
I'm going to recharge my drink. I'll be right back.
All right.
Adam, ask Rage questions.
Yes, the balls. So they're going into the frontal lobe of your right hemisphere. If they do it. Is that right, Rage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have they told you what they think it might be?
The evil C word came out.
Okay. All right. Well, that would be definitely a reason to biopsy. Seems real sucky that they have to go into the frontal lobe to do it. But if that's where they think it's localized, then that's where they got to dig. Hopefully they only need a little bit and don't need multiple samples. So they have talked about not doing this biopsy, though. So there is a thought that maybe it's not the C word. Rage, are you still on with me? And I believe Rage has froze. Yeah, I think we have a frozen Rage on our hands.
Wow, really?
You know?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it. He hadn't moved much.
Yep. So
Look, everybody,
biopsy.
I will go back. You were saying biopsy what now?
They're doing the biopsy. He said that they mentioned the C word, the evil C word.
Not that C word.
Well, not a good C word.
The one that has an A that follows it after that?
Yeah, that C word.
I will say this again. And I've said it before, and Adam's been here, and we've had plenty of talks behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, again, Rage is one of my best friends. Rage was actually one of the driving points to start the old Mayhem Unleashed back up and get it going. And Rage actually came up with the name. That a little known secret that not a whole lot of people know. But it was Rage that said, let's make it something that's nondescript when we rebooted the whole franchise. And it was Mayhem Unleashed that he came up with. Granted, a bunch of assholes stole the concept of it, but
cocksuckers.
It was Rage that came up with the name. It was me and him that started down this path again on a podcast side. There's been ups and downs and back and forth and everything else, but Rage has always been there. Even in the background, he's always been there. So to hear the cancer word, now I want to go find a doctor and fuck them in the ear. Just for saying that word. Maybe I'll give them cancer of the brain.
This is Chris. She's going to be your nurse. We're using that board over there.
What up, Chris?
How are you?
I feel like shit.
I'm sorry.
My
He's got
head.
Toradol that he can have here in maybe an hour or so.
Okay, Toradol, that's a good thing.
I gotta send this over here. Hang on.
I'm on a podcast right now with a couple of
Adam,
good
read this.
friends.
Oh, I haven't heard anybody say what up in a while.
I'll be giving you Toradol in a few minutes, okay? I'll check on it. I'll be back.
Is there any way I can
Huh?
get something to snack on?
It's like what?
I don't know, like piece
Adam,
of
check the
bread.
private chat.
You can call. Do you want some graham
Adam, check
crackers?
her private chat.
Oh, I'll be bringing some graham
Right here at
crackers.
StreamYard. Check her private chat.
That would be great.
Dude, did your nurse say you could have a beer in an hour or so? That is an awesome nurse. So when can you receive fellatio? Will they have your wife come in to give you oral satisfaction? I mean, would that help?
I'm praying to God. If she's coming in to do the old Pac-Man, you know, the aga. Then my day's made. I don't give a shit.
There we go. The millennials will never understand Pac-Man and the aga.
No, they will not, because, bruh, they are too much of the pussy.
Oh, I may try that with my other half tonight. Hey, honey, can you fly down here and imitate Pac-Man? What do you need me to do, baby? I need you to go.
Or she can always pull an animal, you know, one leg over that shoulder, a two leg over that shoulder. Mana, 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 mana. Mana, mana, mana.
Oh man,
Maybe
I really do
out a little bit with some.
I got to be honest with you, everybody. I really am. I pray for Rage every night. I'm really hoping he kind of pulls out of this.
Yeah.
And bounces back, and I've got my buddy back. You know, I just see him like that. He's trying, and I can see he's trying. And God bless him, because right now we're the only thing he's got. So to fill everybody in, oh, he says Toradol.
Yep.
So I'm going to fill everybody in a little more, and these are things that I have not heard from Rage. I have heard from his wife. It's not easy to say. Mike, you've been around a while. You know that Rage has always been about his wrestling. I've been saying for a while that he's starting to get of an age that he needs to think about something else. He really needs to think about something else at this point. They believe that what's going on in Rage's brain was caused by trauma in the ring. And that is why he's dealing with the brain issues that he is. you know, self-induced trauma over many years.
Yeah.
Cancer is there as a potential, but it's not the definitive. It's more of extended trauma. I don't want to lose my friend. I didn't want to lose Mikey, and I lost him. I didn't want to lose RTQ. I lost him. I didn't want to lose Jimmy. I lost him. I'm losing Marvin every day. And Rage is another one of my friends in that category, and I don't want to lose Rage. And
well, Rage seems to be going quick. I mean, at least with Marvin, it's, you know.
With Marvin, I've had enough time to brace myself for it.
Yeah.
With Rage, it hasn't been that case.
Yeah. I mean, he just went into the hospital a little over 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then he's been there. You know?
To add to what's going on, as Adam has been made aware, I haven't said anything. For the last few days, my grandfather's been back in the hospital again. I'm not going to go into details, but it has not been a good one this time. There's been a lot going on. And I'll tell everybody, the reason I am such an asshole is I learned from him. So I learned from the master, and I'm very proud of that. So I could say it. He's my grandpa. I learned we are assholes of the same pod. Anybody else says it, fuck you, I'll kick your ass. But that man has done more for me without doing anything for me than about anybody in my family. And if it wasn't for him, I never would have known what Central Texas was, let alone had the chance to fall in love with it.
Yeah.
And he's been in the hospital fighting off everything that's been going on, and I hate it. I hate it. I am looking into the potential of taking a leave of absence from my job and going back to work on the road for a while so that I am better available to be here for my family. And if it all works out, then I will be, God willing, I'll be back in with FedEx running for them. But with it looks like a decent outside carrier, a decent contractor.
Yeah.
To handle their line haul, run it in, run it out. Now, there are people on another show that'll run my fucking name into the ground when it comes to my career. And if I hear of it, I know who did it. You look into my fucking blue eyes right now. I will find you. And I will correct the problem. Enough said. Because if said person is honest, when I was doing it in Springfield, I did it better than about anybody they ever had in there. And I got the proof in my archives. There's some things that go with it that I don't like, but I got to do what I got to do for my son, my family, my grandfather, everybody as a whole. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It is not easy to swallow all of that.
But like you said, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So one last thing I want to talk about tonight before we call it a night and we start prepping up for our after hours melee of what the hell that we're going to do on Thursday. They have actually done it. They've got a movie. It's starring Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
Reagan.
Really?
They are doing, the movie is called Reagan. And I've watched a couple of the trailers now, and I'm intrigued.
Was it about like the attempted assassination on Reagan? Or
from when he was his childhood, when he was an actor, early, late politics, up to his death. It's about Ronald Reagan.
Okay. But a movie?
A movie. And I got to be honest, I'm very interested. I'm very intrigued. I'm looking forward to this. I want to see the movie.
Okay.
Because I have had for a lot of years a very high regard for Ronald Reagan. I think he did a lot of good. Very eloquent person. Managed to get a lot of things done. They even have the scene of him standing there and going, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. I mean, they did it. You know, I'm going, this would be great to see. And relive for those of us that were around when that happened.
Yeah.
It's a John Voight movie. And I just stumbled across it the other day. I'm like, holy crap, really? They're going to actually do this about Reagan? Now, there are people that are there that they're going to tell you Reagan was a bad president, and they're going to say all of that. And I don't...
I think you're always going to find people who don't like a president.
One of the things that everybody will realize about me, I will never, ever say, especially with a job like that, I will never, ever say that somebody was good or bad. I will point out they're good and I will point out they're bad. All right. President Obama united the country. Eloquent speaker. Got everybody behind him. Was inexperienced. Was not prepared for a job that big. Made some financial mistakes. Got bin Laden.
Yep.
Zang. I'm good with that, okay? Did a lot of good there. George W. Bush. Let's talk about one of the single most controversial presidents I've ever seen in my life. This man on one side was hated, on the other side was loved.
Yeah, and there really wasn't an in-between.
There wasn't.
Yeah.
Was mediocre through the first couple of years of his term. Until a very fateful day. On September 11th, 2001, two planes struck the World Trade Center, one struck the Pentagon, and one was forced down in northern Pennsylvania. That was aimed at the White House.
Yeah.
By the time the one that was aimed at the White House was forced down, President Bush and his cabinet were in the air between Air Force One and Kneecap and already talking. President Bush did not run away. He got back on the ground that day. Adam, you'll remember this.
Yeah.
He was in the Oval Office that night addressing the nation. We will not stumble. We will not falter. We will not fail.
Mm-hmm.
The next day in New York City at Ground Zero, uniting the nation. 4 days after being at Ground Zero, in front of Congress, demanding declaration of war. One of the most devastating times in our history. And he did what a president should do. He pulled us together. He threw politics out the window. He made us one. And he led us into the war. Did he want to go? Absolutely not.
No.
He wanted to raise cattle and find oil. He did not want to take us to war.
But he did what the situation called for.
And that was it. He said, that's it. We're going. You're on our side or in our foot. Go. We're doing it. United a country at its worst. To bring it back. To be very close to its best. Bill Clinton. He got a blowjob in the Oval Office. Man, good for him.
Best known for a creative way of how to use a cigar.
Yes, absolutely. He got us some surplus. Helped out boosting the economy back up. Got us moving again after the Bush tax hikes. The George H.W. Bush tax hikes. He got us, he put the nation together even though he was a draft dodger. And that I have a problem with, being former military myself.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan. Controversial as it came in 1980, but in 1984, that man was elected by a landslide. Probably one of the biggest landslides you ever seen in your life. To be accused of sleeping behind the desk at the Oval Office. But that's how it was. Barack Obama held a nation divided together, held it together through his intelligence and eloquence. Were some of his financial decisions the greatest? Absolutely not. I lived through them. I can say that. But he did care. And I never think he may. I will never believe in my heart ever that President Obama made a decision out of malice or self-preservation. I firmly believe that President Obama always had our country at heart first. Donald Trump. He has a lot of things going for him, but his arrogance does not.
If he could just stay off social media.
Stay off social media, stay away from the arrogance, and admit that he had help.
Yeah.
He would be an effective president. And then we get to President Joe Biden. Yipe. The man hasn't really stepped on his own crank. But when you quote Elmo on Twitter, well, my friend Elmo says, really?
Well, it's hard to step on your own crank when you have a hard time walking.
Well, and that's where I'm like, if you're quoting Elmo,
And you have a hard time using stairs effectively.
If you are quoting Elmo, you might be at the end of your cognizance.
Yeah.
That would be like he's quoting Elmo, and then somebody I know sends him a picture of her boobs, and he'd be like, ooh, UFOs. But that's where we're at. And I don't believe he would ever do anything malicious to hurt the country. I don't believe that President Trump would do anything malicious to hurt the country. I don't believe anybody would ever do anything malicious to hurt this country because it's all we've got. And if they're after it to profit, I swore an oath. I swore an oath first as a member of the United States Army, and I swore an oath second as a member of the Military Police Corps, the heartbeat of the United States Army, to protect and defend this nation at all costs against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Even if it was at the cost of my own life, I gave that oath. And if I firmly believed they were out for their own self-profit over what is good for all of us, I swore an oath. And I would have to uphold it. And there is not many people I know that would do that after they got out. The ones I do know were either Navy SEALs, Marine Corps EOD, or Army Military Police. Not about your interest group. It's about who we are as a country. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I implore you. Set aside what your personal issues are. Set aside what your personal agenda is. Set aside the things that may help you. And look, when we vote this time, look at our country as a whole. What is best for her now to get us moving in the right direction? And what is going to take for us to be in a position, not of power, because power is abused.
Yeah. Absolute
Rather,
power. Absolutely.
But rather, let's put us in a position of authority. We've made our mistakes. We are doing what it takes to improve it. And now we want to demonstrate that to the rest of the world. Please, we are less than 5 months away from an election that could make or break this nation that I fought for, I have bled for, and I have lost friends too, to keep her alive. What is it going to take? And I implore you to look at that before you punch your ticket. And you have to vote I cannot make this decision. You, as a nation, have to vote your conscience.
Yeah. Well, people have to do research to figure out what issues are important for this country.
Exactly.
It may make people change their minds about who they vote for, though. And they have to be ready for that. The research is worth it.
I have multiple issues I look at. And then when I weigh it out, I have to weigh it out on who is better for what is better for the country. Not me. Not my friend Titty Turner over here. What's better for all of us? What's going to make us move into the next generation and hand this wonderful experiment we call America off to our children and allow them to expand it and make it even better. Right now we're in turmoil. We have to break out, or we will go the way of the Roman Empire and the Byzantine Empire and the Constantine Empire and the go back and back and back. We're almost there. Oh, good. I didn't shake a booger in there. That's where we're at, folks. We have a chance. I'm not saying Trump is the right choice. I'm not saying Harris is the right choice.
Or whoever is going to be up.
I'm saying do your research. Educate yourself. Look at the track record and then choose.
Don't be one of the people who just says, you know what, I'm going all blue or all red. Don't.
No, don't.
Do the research on all the issues.
Because I can promise you one thing. I can promise you one thing. If you don't, I will be here in my homeland of Texas, and I will be pushing my state to leave the union.
The only ones that can.
And if we leave, we take the majority of the United States gross domestic product with us. I'll get a passport to see my kid. I'm okay with that as long as I have a future. And the people around me do too. Anything to add to that, Eric? Or Adam? Sorry.
Eric.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about somebody else.
No, I think you have it pretty much said, and I added here and there. So, yeah, just do your research. You guys have a homework assignment. It's not
Yeah.
for class. It's for something a lot more important. So,
November
for one,
4th.
do your homework. Do some research. Vote for the betterment of our country.
Absolutely. And by the way, titties are always better.
As long as,
Unless those titties are trying to give up our rights.
Yeah.
But if it's just exposed titties, like, hey, here you go. What? Wait a minute. If there's Steve's titties, no.
Yeah.
Because Steve will go, and you want to throw up.
Yeah.
And with that being said, as it loads up, see what you missed? All right, Adam, what are your final thoughts tonight?
I think at this point, we're all just kind of hoping Rage can pull through. I think we're all there. You know, we hope that Rage can come out of the hospital, fuck the C word, and yeah, we look forward to seeing everyone Thursday night and next Sunday. Be there for After Dark and be there for the next episode of Amigos.
Absolutely. Oh, man, what a great show tonight. We got Rage to check in. Chris was not on shrooms.
But did check out early. Now,
He did check out early, like usual.
Rage stayed in longer than Chris.
And Rage hung on even though he got tramadol.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I hope everybody had a great show tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Thursday night, 11:30 Central. We are back with Amigos After Dark, presented by Mayhem Unleashed. Hope you guys have had a great time tonight. I am TJ. That is Adam, the peon. Chronic Chris and Rage are off doing their own thing. We will see you Thursday night, Amigos After Dark, and next Sunday right here for Mayhem's Amigos. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Dude, I like this for this show.